is. Duh. See, there's always an answer to stuff. People are so conspiratorially thinking. They're conspiratorially minded.
Okay.
You know, like they're targeted, you know. People don't watch my video because they don't care about the shit that I talk about. It got nothing to do with, algorithms. It's interest. And, I mean, there's no demographic for me. Where do I fall in? I don't fall in line with any group, organization, religion. It's kind of a sermon that I do.
That's a good one.
Thanks, Ma. It's nice of you to say. I need to get some water. Moon's in Taurus. I don't got Earth in my chart, so whenever there's the 3 Earth signs, whenever the freaking moon cycles through the sky, I look because I look at my star app and I go out and because I saw the moon and I went out and I'm like, why, what's going on? Like, so I look up, I want to verify. Oh, there it is. Moon in Taurus. There it is. So I feel extra grounded, and that extra grounded for me is like everywhere, right? Like every interest I have is focusing on its interest at the same time, and I'm just like, bring it in. But see, the thing of it is that I know I pay attention, and so I know what I can anticipate, like, okay, people are going to be squirrely because there's going to be other ungrounded people out there, and like attracts like, so wherever I go, if I'm ungrounded, I'm going to find other people ungrounded. It's just how it works. So I had a pretty unpleasant experience at the water house today. Life is a 50-50 shot. I don't go out there thinking, man, it's going to suck today. This is good. Let's see what kind of crap I got to do. I don't go out there with those. I just go out there, thy will, not mine, be done, G-O-D, It's out of my hands. Just try to, And I was at the water house, and I was and it takes forever to fill those up. So I listen to my music, and I dance around.
Those are heavy, too, aren't they?
A gallon of water is 8 pounds.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Times 5, 35 pounds. Then I got one that's 6 pounds, but it's my poor man's P90X, so it's how I stay fit. I throw those water jugs around, and I was sitting there, I pull in and back up, and there was a guy on each nozzle at each station. There's 2 stations, and the guy at the back station, little short guy, I'm like, all right, here we go. This is going to be fun. Yeah, so I'm just dancing around in my own little world. I'm not even actually paying attention to the guy, right? And then he grabs his water jug, and he's like, I don't know, like 5 to 8 feet from me, right? Okay. Grabs his water jug, puts it on the other side, and he comes around this way, and he goes, and I'm like, so y'all set? Like that's like you Waterhouse speak as far as I'm concerned. For you got any more jugs you need to fill up, right?
Yeah.
The guy didn't, and I said it loud. I speak loud because people ignore me. And I want to give, if they're going to ignore me, I'm really going to make them work for it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Okay? So I said, y'all set? And he walked to his truck. And he was like, I could feel the disdain and the anger coming off this tiny little man. Right? I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I always get it. Being INFJ, I get it a lot.
What's INFJ?
It's a person, not character. It's Myers-Briggs personality. And so And so what happens is this is what happens. It happens all the time. Okay? It's because I go out and I wear my shirt. Okay? I wear my shirt and people see colors, right? It's not even in the rainbow order. They just see colors and they just say, boop. In their mind, colors. It's a rainbow. She's a gay chick. I hate gay chicks. Gay chicks suck. And plus, I'm cute. And a lot of times these dudes get pissed because, like, you know, why are you looking at her? Do you want her more than me? Sometimes they do. So, especially in this day and age, man. Freaking porn ruined a lot of freaking people. It did. Anyway, you can redeem yourself. There's always ways to come back. So he sees this, right? So he hates gay. You know, people have hated me my whole life because they look at me and they're like, it's gay. And it's like, you know how many years I hated myself? Because I didn't want to be gay? Because people hate gay people and I don't want to be something that people hate? And then the older I get, I discovered all these things that I am are things that people hate. I'm going to be me anyway. Go ahead, hate me if you want to. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. So I get all worked up, right? I'm like, and oh, I didn't even finish. Oh boy, gets in his truck, slams the door, and kicks rocks, peels off. And I'm just like, you know, people just hate gleeful people. They hate joyful, happy people. And I've been that person before. And if I'm not careful, and if I'm not doing my daily disciplines, and my, you know, taking care of my soul sack, and being of service, and if I'm thinking about me more than other people, if I'm not doing, you know, because that just throws me all out of whack. If I'm so concerned about me, you know. And so I go to Walgreens. I disrupt technology all the time. More people are going to become liking me because they're activating. They're turning on. We're about to see a whole lot of people do a 180 in their lives. They're going to start acting completely different. And it's like the whole planet's going to go through a midlife crisis. It's like, I can't live this way anymore. And all right, I can help you live different ways. I think about all the things I gave up in my, like vices. I stopped drinking twice. You know, I quit smoking, you know. You get rid of these little vices and they don't grow to freaking fentanyl and crap. It makes me sad that young girls are the biggest demographic for that. Anyway, people's DNA. My DNA became online back in 2017 when Mom got her DNA test. I was like, brr. And my ex-girlfriend, actually, who incidentally made these t-shirts, she's the one that sent me the thing on Heyoka. See, other people let me know, and I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I can identify with those things, you know. Even my birth was, you know, it's just, you know. I've had the thunder dream. I've had the thunder dream. Yeah. Before I was 12, I had 3 near-death experience. I mean, I don't know. I mark a lot of boxes. So, anyway, so I went down to Walgreens and got some things. I wanted to try some of these foot things. These things. I thought they were going to be like twice as thick, but I just got the knockoff, like the comparable to Dr. Scholl's. I should have just got the Dr. Scholl's, but oh well, maybe next time. And then I was like so worked up, and I was just like, you know, and I'm like, it's not even the damn rainbow. What's the matter with these people? people, it's the same color spectrum. And the lady behind the rainbow is like, and yeah, nobody owns it. You know, I said, I came up with the idea when I was 9, for crying out loud. So you hate it, you know? I'm just, and then like my transaction wasn't going through, right? I knew it was going to be this kind of day, though. I knew it leaving. And I stopped to get a cup of coffee on my way into town, and I'm saying to myself out loud, do not do this. Don't get this cup of coffee. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I got my cup of coffee and went on down the road. It was just a little small little cup, and it was like, shoot, I just probably, a fifth of it was probably creamer, you know, so... It wasn't a lot, you know, and I was already spun up. And usually it kind of calms me down, so. And then I go in to get a car wash. I'm like, I can't, like, where are the cameras? Like, really? Because I go in to get a car wash, I pay for it, and it's broken, like, 70% of the time. Or it's winter and it floods, and then the ice, and so they just put cones up and don't let people use it. And so, cone wasn't up, pull all the way up, or I put my money in, and then it wouldn't print my receipt, so I had to go inside. Now I haven't been inside this gas station, I've only used the pumps, I haven't been inside since, you go back, I don't know, a year or so, I talk about it, I do a video about it. I go in, and this kid, I dropped things. I got neurological stuff from the frickin' all this shit the military gave me. 8 anthrax vaccines. So I had a $5 bill, and then I dropped it, and I was all frustrated. So I pick it up and I throw it on the counter, and the kid that comes back, and the kid doesn't like, you know, people just look and they just look at me and decide, I don't like you. It's been like this my whole entire life. It's just amazing that it's still like this, and I'm almost 50. So, the guy, like, picks up the $5, gives me my change, throws the change at me, and I got a Slurpee, like a cherry Slurpee, an icy. And then he freaking, like, starts to walk away, and he just could not control his emotions. He couldn't contain it. That voice that was telling him, he couldn't rise above it. And he just turned around, and he freaking went and knocked the icy out of my hand. I'm like, you fucking dumbass. You just made a mess for yourself. He's like, I don't even care. And I was like, all right. See, people don't got emotional control, and it's just going to get worse and worse. So I haven't been inside since. And I went inside today, and I said, can I get the receipt for pump 7? You know, and I'm standing there, and I see this really long cable. Like, and it has the braided kind of material like the chargers have, because they're not the plastic, they're like the little rope braided fabric stuff. I don't have one handy for an example. Anyway, I said they need to make those like bungee cords, like because it was a charger. It was just really, really long. I said the company, they need to make those that are bungee cords, because people could use those, because we're going to have more and more people living in their cars and stuff like that. So we're, you know, and like how Joey the Gypsy does a video on it, how to make a back shelf drawer type thing with these little bungee cords. So that'd be cool if they made bungee cords / charging cables. I said, I'm writing a letter, and I telling these people this idea, and they're just like, look me like, I don't know what this lady's talking about. I said, all right, I'll just write a letter. Anyway, so they gave me my receipt, and I took it out, you know. They didn't say the car wash wasn't working or anything like that. When I came in for my receipt. So, and the cone wasn't up, so I pull out there, and I put the number in. And it says this number is not authorized. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And I put the number in. It says the summer is unauthorized. So I back all the way back up. And I go back inside. And I'm like, so is the car wash broke? And everybody behind the counter was like, yeah, nobody knew anything. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be a good day. How to learn how to practice patience and or tolerance. So then I go to the grocery store and spent like $155. The cool thing is though, is I haven't been in like 3 weeks. Like I haven't, and I don't got to go for another 3 weeks. And Mom ate so good today, huh, Mom? I got these vegetable egg rolls.
Yeah, that's what
And she ate so good. And then later on, I got her a Marie Callender turkey pot pie. Ode to the good old days. When we were growing up, I was like from 6 to 12. You know, our Christmases were spent on Greyhound buses. We didn't do no Santa Claus crap. It was, you know, satisfying a judge that never even laid his eyes on us. You know. So our Christmases were sit on Greyhound buses. So thanks. So in order to satisfy this judge, you know, Mom we wouldn't have much Marge. We were on welfare. I mean, back then it wasn't. It was like a couple $100 a month. I mean, like she'd get like $600 a month, like $64 in food stamps. Because I remember I'd count them out, you know. And I get to pay the people because, you know, learn how to be responsible and stuff. And so she'd give us the choice. You want turkey pot pies for Thanksgiving, or you want one, you know, the Thanksgiving with all the fixings, and then you know we're eating popcorn for dinner, because you know. So the choice is yours, and so we'd opt for turkey pot pie. So we're moving on up though, because we're up to Marie Callender's pot pie. So anyway, I'm throwing things out there to the universe. I got so many ideas. I need to do these things the legal way. I just hate bureaucracy, and I'm throwing it out there for the universe to find people local. I stopped in to the vet office today on my way home. I said I need to decompress. I said I'm overstimulated. It's been kind of a weird day. And then and so she's a nice lady. They're always real nice to me at my veterinary office. Like when I'm stressed out, I'll get a hug even. There's no place in life I get hugs right now. I mean, I'll see people that are sad. I'll ask them if they want a hug, and I'll give them a hug in the world. But, you know, that's not me getting a hug. That's me giving hugs. It's not the same thing. Anyway, so for fundraisers, see, because I grow. You can in here in New Mexico. I'm not a big time. I'm not a big time operation. I don't want to be big time unless I turn my whole operation over to somebody else, and then somebody else just gives me a cut, you know, but I'd have to wash my hands of the whole cookie thing. But that's the thing that makes my cookies mine is I make them. I put my hands on my essence. My Heyoka essence is in each and every one. So I couldn't do that. I would just have to end it. Pet stuff is a real problem where I live in Taos. So I got ideas, you know, on how to remedy some of these things. I just need the universe to put me in. You okay, Tuck? In with the people that I need to talk to make these things happen. And so I said I will be willing, because I got to get licensed and all this stuff, you know, and then I got to get like a bookkeeper or something, and an accountant, or one of the same, and or I don't even know, because all that stuff. You okay, Tuck? Or is that Benny? You choking and gagging, Benno? So yeah, Marge, Benny choking and gagging, Marge. You're doing both of those things, Margie, too, Benny. Okay, so so I have ideas that, you know, because enough people are trying, or my cookies are getting around enough that before too long I should start getting a reputation. Like you know, like, hey, have you tried one of those that chick's cookies, man? That lady that gives away cookies. You know, her good karma cookies, man. They're pretty freaking good, man. Right? Because they help with people's pain. And when they're a good thing. So it didn't work out with my mixer. I'm really sad. I pictured using it for target practice, but I mean, because I'm not going to use it for anything else. I was just going to use it for cookies, but it's not going to work because evidently it has two size bowls, and then the big bowl didn't come with it. So, I mean, it made such a mess. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And it was my fault. I've been going crazy on Apple Music. Oh my gosh. My library has probably doubled. This is me at the grocery store. Pulling my cart down the road. It's so funny, Mom. Because people just will go out of their way not to look at me. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
And then sometimes I'll get like a woman like your age, you know, like that was like, you know, a hippie, you know, and I'm still like moving and, you know, and they'll get in my face and they'll dance with me, or like, what are you listening to, you know, and they'll dance, yeah. So I'm not good for people that get embarrassed real easy. They like to keep their distance from me. But anyway. But so I say, I got to figure out how to do that, because turn into a nonprofit with like a marijuana license kind of thing. Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing, is like, I'm all about barter and everything like that. And there's so many stupid laws, but there's not anybody to enforce them. I mean, there's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-time felons that just keep freaking doing it because they go to jail, and they want to stay in prison. Stop letting them out. They want to just be in there. They don't. That's why they keep breaking the law, because they want to just stay in there. So just, New Mexico's a weird place, man. It's a trippy place. It could be heaven on earth. Every place could be heaven on earth. They ain't complying. So I gotta get the names of the people that work at the vet hospital. I feel like they're gonna be like an intricate part. So one gal, I told her, I was telling her about my shirt, and she was like, I said, would you wear one of these? And she's like, yes, I would absolutely wear one of those shirts. And she's like, anyway, I'll just leave it there. See, because it doesn't land when I wear it. Because people just think it's a rainbow. They're not, or just think it's a rainbow. It's the color spectrum. I said, I was at Walgreens, I'm like preaching, there's a line. I said, we are just all a shade of one color spectrum. It belongs to no one, but it doesn't it doesn't land on people right. So I need people that would wear it that aren't gay. Because they just look at me, see a rain. They just look at me, see. They don't even read what the letters say. I mean, it's a cool little thing. I was 9 when I thought up with it. Straight people like rainbows too. I had another design that it was like 2 rainbows on each side, and then, but I couldn't figure out the letter. I couldn't. Anyway, I don't even know. Maybe she won't even do them. We'll find out soon. I got a third party working on that project for me. So, and then there's a dispensary here that's going to sell them. I hope that's not the dude that owns the place, man. He had a big. I tell people this guy. I don't know what it is about him. We had like it wasn't a pleasant experience the first time we met, and then like the second time, it wasn't, and then this was the third time, and I just it's me. It's always me. I understand. I'm always the problem. I'm sure he's a really wonderful guy. He had a big old gnarly book, and usually I tell him, but I'm just like, when people are patronizing and condescending, all right, you you already know about me, so anyway. So my cookies also, here's a perk, here's a bonus about my cookies, right? Is that I got this software right here. My God puts the people in my life that are supposed to be there. You know it? I got to collect some cotton seeds today, too. I'm harvesting cotton seeds I'm going to make cottonseed oil. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff. So I got all of these. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. Like, so we got all these things. You got all these different things. And they're all from A to Z. And there's 2 columns. There's HC presets and rife presets. There's HC presets and rife presets. These are rife frequencies. So people can special order cookies. And what I would do is I would make the butter. I would infuse the butter with the flour, right? And then I take my headphones. I got 3. I can give one of them up. Or even I could just sit them in the bathroom with this Bluetooth speaker and put them in whatever your ailment is. You got one for sunstroke. I mean, everything. Anything you can think of. There's herpes. There's acne. Dental stuff. Dizziness. There's that yeast stuff. There's there's just Addison's disease. I have a frequency set for my Addison's disease, right? So people tell me, give me a list of all the stuff that that's wrong with you. I'll infuse the butter. You eat the cookies. Those freaking frequencies will heal you from the inside too. Bubble. I got so many ideas, man. I'm willing to give them away to people if they're not going to use them like a jackass. So people, my DNA started activating back in when Mom got her DNA test, and it just, alcohol had a part to play in it too. I don't do that anymore. That is not good for me. It's not good for anybody. It's just not good for me. I gotta mind my P's and Q's and stay alert. And people in my life have gotten the best of me because I was drunk. I've been kicked in the face and knocked down a flight of stairs because people didn't like my kind, whatever kind that is. So anyway, I put the lights around my eagle. Isn't that funny? How you doing today, Ma?
Good. The lights are pretty.
I didn't have a good morning, a good start.
You didn't wake up well?
No, I didn't. See, because I held it for a long time. I can't hold stuff like I used to hold it, and I wasn't ready. See, because Mom usually gets up around 7 o'clock. And like lately, last couple days, I've been getting up at 6. But I still got my hour to wake up. And like, I can make coffee, I can dance in the living, or I can dance in the kitchen. I can wake up, without having to think about doing something for somebody else. And so, because the dogs aren't even up yet, except for Artie, I gotta get up and take him out immediately. Anyway, so I get up and take Artie out immediately. And then, like, the neighbor lets their dogs out in the morning, and then they just kind of run out and say hi to all their friends all over. And this has never happened before. This was the first. It came up to the fence over here, the little yippy dog. And it sees me and Artie thinks he's a tough guy. He's always, like, flaring up. He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback and Beagle. So he has the same birthday as my brother. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's a funny dog because he always acts like he's so tough. I'm like, you're not tough. You're Virgo. Chill out, dude. You know you're gonna get beat up. So, ooh, Alabama. Anyway, so he sees his little yippy dog, and I said, "Don't you say a word," you know. And because the little yippy dog is right under the window where Mom sleeps, and it goes yip, and I was like, "Shut up!" I'm like across the yard, and it's like yip, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid dog! I haven't got my time yet." I'm just like. Trying to put off as much energy I can so it like scared. He just stood there and it was just yip, 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 yip. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this right now. I'm just like dizzy. I'm worked up in a tizzy, you know. I'm worked up. I'm overstimulated. And I come inside and Mom's sitting in her chair and I was like, God! I was like, and then I threw a fit like a freaking child because I'm a man child in a woman's body. And so I threw a fit. Mom just like my whole life she's just been. I gotta get it out, man. I gotta get it out. Because that's how freaking people get old. It's amazing I don't have ulcers and stuff like that. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's because I have daily disciplines and spiritual practices. You know? I mean, my teeth aren't even rotting out of my head. I don't think my dad's teeth are in good shape. I think he needs, like, surgery, dental stuff and stuff like that. Anyway, more people's DNA is activating, you know? And if they're going to live from their ego, we're going to see people going like all out like crazy, like whoa. But we're going to see a lot of people that have been living for their ego, like whoa, coming back into living into their spirit. It's just what we're supposed to be doing, you know? You know, and those that live from their ego, a lot of them are just perishing left and right. They're just lights going out. You know, so many people trying to live with pain they can't, so they're killing themselves. So many people committing suicide. So many are dying by stupid ways. You know, because everything hurts. Just learn how to freaking. Just eat my cookies. It won't hurt. And then once once your mind knows that you can reach a place that things don't hurt. I'm talking to the people who hurt a lot. Because Mom doesn't have a lot of physical pain. She's numb. But I feel everything. And so, a lot of people are like that. And they just can't live with it. They just, can't imagine living 60, 70 years and just having to wake up and contend with just such miserable conditions in your soul sack. So, a lot of people are opting out, because they don't know who's taught, what to believe in outside themselves, and a lot of people are, because they're told how stupid they are, they're dumb they are, they're, I mean, it's a cycle in the state in which I live here. It's different in Oregon, but I live in New Mexico, and it's a lot of poverty, and they do such stupid stuff. I get all of the notifications for all of the groups that the city council is every move that they make, I see it. my mercury fillings are like activating. Anyway, and I saw some bullshit a couple weeks ago how they were taking $3 million to invest in somebody's cousin's finance group. $3 million of this city's funds. All that COVID, all that money that, you know, money, the money everywhere. I mean, so much money. They're giving billions to freaking, you know, countries and places we have no business participating with any of their crap. It's all a freaking show. It's just pageantry. But the thing of it is, in this show, you know, the characters really die. It's just it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like, okay, they did a lot of gross, nasty stuff in Vietnam. They came back. We're all fucked up. Didn't talk about it. Created the generation of my generation, the product of those people, the guys that did that, right? And then there's like Operation Desert Storm. Well, people started coming back and being like, dude, there's no reason for us to be over there. There's nothing. It's a boogeyman. It's a man under the, you know, but it's to it's just so people can, you know, sell their products, the arsenals in their sheds, and sell their Humvees and their death machines and make money. It's ridiculous. It has nothing to do with freedom. It has nothing to do with security. Nothing to do with that. It's just all about killing people, making money, and then so people from that era start coming back and say, "Hey man, it's crap." And then then they put me through Operation Iraqi bullshit, and that's where they made the mistake. Because I got photographs of lines of freaking Humvees. I parked at the grocery store. I was talking to my Earth Angel today. I said, "Dear sweet Jesus, give me strength." I parked next to a fucking Humvee. I can't stand the frequency of people that drive those. I can't stand the people. I mean, it's just like, and there's cool people in every group that, like, you know, totally freaking, you know, negate all of my beliefs on why I can't stand the people that freaking drive these. There's the 1% that, you know, not me. But Humvees, man, they're just a waste of space. And so I parked one today, next to one today, and you know, and so I'm like, dude, it's all about staying. I mean, I was staying in a fancy hotel. I mean, it's absurd. So either people are gonna move more toward the lie, or they're gonna step more into the truth. Like in a way that we ain't never seen before, though. That's the thing. It's like we ain't never seen it before. I had a situation this morning when I stopped. See, that's the thing. It was like I started the morning off on a positive note, right? And then whatever will be. And I went to the store, and this store, it's convenient because they got all this stuff that, like, handy stuff. It's just like whatever you're paying in town, which is already expensive, you're gonna pay $2 more at this little store. You're paying because you're paying for convenience. So it's just how it is. It's a trade-off. So this kid was behind me, and I was touting frickin' Block 16. I was telling the girl that works there, I think her name is Gretchen, and I was like, I say, yeah. I tell everybody, I know you ever go to Omaha. I say, even if you fly and there's like an hour layover, freaking call and freaking have like the dine and dash or people or whatever, have them deliver to the airport, because Omaha airport is just is so easy to get in and out of security that you just have them drop it off at the curb, you know, and just tell them not so large Marge sent you, right? So check this out. This is their burger today. Okay? Frenchie McFrencherson burger today. Wagyu patty, red wine braised brisket, caramelized onions, demi-glace, Gruyere, house pickle, Dijon, Truffle mayo on a potato bun. Soup's hot too. Get down here. They always say, get down here. Don't make me come back there. No, I hope they freaking, if I ever come back there, I would like to have, they got a room off the main room. That would be cool to just have a party there. Tell them not so large, Marge sent you, yeah. I mean, and it's cool because the people that own the place, they got a farm, so they just get the stuff from their farm and bring it to their restaurant, man. Heart to table. Who's crying? Who is that? I'm hearing somebody like whine. Like, oh, Luna! You want to come dance, girl? Huh? Say hey to the chat. Kevman, my email address, straight people like rainbows too, @gmail.com. Please email me. And perhaps you have Apple devices. Maybe, because I need to pick your brain. I hate electricity, but I got to change out the freaking security light. Because people are starting to... See, people like to take people's stuff around here. So it's for security. And it broke. The old one broke. This house has got to be almost as old as Mom. Luna, good girl. Email me. And then I'll send you my phone number. And if you could get a hold of me, you know... Because I freaking hate... I've been electrocuted too many times, man. I hate electricity. And it's weird stuff. Like... And there's, because like the solar minimum's going on, so it's so unpredictable. Hi, Christy. How are you? Hi, Scotty. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Luna, girl. You got motions as deep as the oceans. See, moon's in Pisces. And her moon, Luna, her name's Luna. She came from South Carolina. And we ended up in Salem, Oregon. Where the great eclipse started. That's when I knew we're in trouble. And then the eclipses that are happening now. There's one that is going this way across the USA, and there's one going this, and it's making a big old X, right, and it's gonna cross right in Texas. People get upset. I always thought that Texas was in the shape of a toilet. And we got a lot of Texans, the people here in Taos that come, they got like houses here. So they spend their time here partially, living that best life. And I'm just like, what do they do for other people? What are they doing for other people? I bought a woman today behind me and her son. They're both Pisces. So I bought them lunch. I gave them $20. I said, I hope you and your son find a really good meal with really good ingredients and buy your lunch. And they're like, oh no, like we don't need it. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I said, people give me donations, and then I just freaking try and make people happy, you know. Oh, nice. And that's what I want to do with my cookies is like set it up so I'm giving places like Sacred Hearts, the animal rescue here, and then they can like auction off my cookies. Oh. You know, you got to be 21 or older, you know, stuff like that. Nice. You know. And then, you know, it could be donation based, you know? Because my cookies are twice as good, at least. I mean, people love they really like my cookies. They love them, man. Like, people, like, I give them to all, I mean, they just, because the gift of sleep when you don't have it, and the gift of not being in pain when you have it all the time, they're pretty remarkable gifts. So it's like knowing when it's like they don't even know that they're having the experience, but they're realizing that they're not in pain after being in so much pain for so long, right? There is a downfall. There is a downfall. Tolerance, and then plus there have been like situations where I'm like, yeah, I'm so blissed out, I feel so good, and then like life happens, and so my goodness is just like I'm sucked down into reality where I have to handle some sort of situation. Hi, baby girl. Am I in your way, pretty lady? Want me to show them how pretty you are? And this is why you're so emotional?
Oh, no.
Pretty girl. She came from South Carolina, about 56 miles from where the great solar eclipse exited, and she was 40 minutes from being put down.
Oh, I'm so glad.
And I said, Officer! At Bassett Beagle Rescue of the Heartland.
That's why she gives you so many kisses.
And I've been loving them ever since.
Oh.
I've been just trying to keep our family together, freaking just, from Omaha to Salem to Flagstaff to Taos, New Mexico, just to keep my dogs together. If I'm not here to teach people lessons, I don't know what the hell I'm here for. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. You're so pretty and smart and funny. She says, you tell them I'm smart and funny too, and it's not just about looks. Don't hop up. Don't hop up, little Pop-Tart. She's a very good girl. Yeah, Marge's computer. Right? My 5D cookies. You got 7 to 13 inches of snow coming here. See, we were supposed to get 10 to 17, and we got nothing. But the rest of New Mexico got, like, dust storms. They got freaking feet of snow. Like, we got, like, the robins are out. Tweet, 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 I'm in a t-shirt. I have my coat on, but I'm still in a t-shirt. I'm so excited about this cottonwood. My end result, if I can get enough seeds, I'm gonna see if I can get like 6 jars. And then some people let them sit on a shelf for 6 months. I'm gonna let it go the full year. And then I think I'll keep 2 that I'll use or I'll give to people or whatever, because they're good for burns. And then I'm going to make I'll get some beeswax and emulsify that with it to make creams. I'm all about plant medicine, man. God gives us everything we need on the earth to heal us. But, people want to make money for it, and I'll do it for free. So this is a CBD oil. I didn't make this, but I'm just using this as an example of like what the end product is. And then 4 jars, I'll extend those out. Because I want to see if like at 18 months, if there's a difference between the potency at a year. And then I'll extend the other 2 jars out, so like that. And then I'll see if like at 2 years, if it's really, so. We'll see. Ma, Capman said hey to you. Dude, don't worry about typos, man. I fucking hate grammar police and stuff like that. And I'm disruptive. It's an electronic slider. If you don't know what it is, some people call us like watch killers because we drain batteries. It's just our magnetic personalities. So I had to step away at the register today because I was all, because the transaction, the lady's like, oh, I don't know, my computer, it does that. I do it all the time, everywhere I go. Just electronic, so everybody, all these people are talking about a step into the new age. Hey, Stanley, with the astrology and stuff like that. You know, the stars are saying, you know, all this new technology, stuff like that. And I'm just like, we'll see. It's like everything else. We'll see. We'll see when it comes. We'll just see how it goes. I'm an IT professional. I went to college for computers. You know, unless they can freaking make a computer that's going to work for me and websites that are going to work every single, and they can't do it. They can't get the human computer interface on. That's why I stopped into a dispensary today. That's why I had to talk to the guy that had the big old fucking nasty. How do you not know you have a big green? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, so is because they're getting away from medical cards, the actual card. They want to go everything digital. So I re-upped because it was going to expire. You know, like I had to recertify. It doesn't expire until 2024, but I had to redo my certification or something like that. It's all about making money, you know. It's all about that. It's just all pushing papers around, stuff like that. It drives me crazy, but gotta follow the rules. You know, no one's gonna take care of mom if I end up in the pokey. That's why I gotta do everything, you know, legit. So, can't give people a reason. Anyway, so I look up the website. It's so funny. It's NMDO. New Mexico Department of Health. So it spells out NMDO. Like Homer. DOH. DO. This state is, the people are just like, are they bots? Are they run by really real people? I sometimes wonder. So, New Mexico Department of Health. I gotta go. Through this whole how many clicks does it take to get to the middle of a website? That's 2. So I go to the main site, and then then you gotta go to the medical cannabis. That's another click. That's 2 clicks. Man, they don't want me. You know what I'm opening to? I am opening myself up to consulting any avenue of local government, any branch. You want to fix some stuff, man? Because I've been the poor person, and I ended up educated, so I know where all the flaws are. So if they don't want to fix them, it's just because they want the cracks of society to get wider. So if we want heaven on earth, then I guess my voice will be heard more. And if we're supposed to delve more into Babylon, then I guess my voice will not. Anyway, so they put in that I forgot, didn't finish that story. They were putting in $3 million for somebody's cousin's financial board so they can invest and play the stock market with the city money. And then they put out a notification today for community events. Vigil E. Romo. Ditch cleaning for Taos. Right? So, location. All volunteers will need to pack their lunches, plenty of water, shovel, gloves, and hats. Ages 16 and plus. Everybody. It's the day before my birthday, April 8th. It's on April 8th, the event. From 9 a.m. to 5. Taos community needs help with the Aquaquinas. So all these little it's Aquaquina. It's all these little ditches, right? Because we're going to start getting the snow runoff, and they're going to start filling up, right? So you got to clean these stuff out, right? Seems like maybe the town could have freaking bought some bottled water, maybe some pizzas or a sandwich, some chicken or something, I don't know. Fed people to come out with that $3 million that they use. They don't got good ideas. They're just pissing away stuff because it's not theirs. And then today they had a controlled burn. It was right around that same time of year last year where they had the biggest fire in New Mexico history because they had 2 people do control burns on very windy day, and then those fires merged, and people are still a year later still waiting on freaking money from losing everything. They drag their feet. They create the problem, and then they don't clean up their mess. And now infrastructure all over the USA is dissolving, and I think we're in pretty good standing, you know. I almost got the chickens today. It was right there. I should have just grabbed it, a bag of mealworms. I think that would have been a good treat for them. Because the neighbors have chickens, you know. And there's like, you know, local farmers everywhere. So I'm not, you know, world ends, you know. We don't got trains around here anyway. You know, we just got the interstates. I worry about 64. You won't worry about infrastructure, man. Good thing the airport isn't on the other side of the Gorge Bridge. I walked over that one time. I encourage people to go check it out because we got our own little mini like Grand Canyon here. I'll send you to other places. So I'll take you to other places. People want to come visit. There's better places to see. You know, but still, I mean, it's worth seeing. And I walked across it, but I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared the whole time because they don't they don't got guys out there. I mean, you got freaking people driving over that thing. You know, the tourists there. You know, you got the vibration, you got the earth movement. You know, you don't got people that freaking go out there looking at the bolts to make sure the vibration hasn't jarred them loose. You know what I mean? They don't do like regular maintenance on it, and it's just it's like an old erector set type thing, man. And it oh, I don't like it at all. But what else? Lots of people are activating. They are. It's happening. I'm happy to see more and more people get like I don't know, they're feeling charged and they're using that charge that they feel because spring's coming. I look at that as like as Jesus resurrected as an Aries. It cracks me up. But that to me is New Year's. It doesn't even compute in my mind, New Year's, you know. Since you guys are both here, I need to I say things and then like I get data because when I'm talking, there's perspectives that I'm not thinking about. That's why I appreciate opposite people because they give me things to think about that I haven't considered before, right? My sister-in-law, she's a Capricorn. The guy lives up the street. He's got like he's a triple cap. So it's just I just talk basically. I mean, I can't tell the guy anything. he says this is what he says. He said I'm a triple cap. You can't tell me anything. Because he already he knows everything that's what he says. I don't know. He got to dance at Sundance. See, I'm a girl. I'll never get to do that stuff. We'll see. Anyway, hey, okay. I actually this is a cool story. I randomly came across how I found out what the Heyoka does. You know, because Shannon's like, you're a Heyoka, and I like got weird hood fixed on it, and you know, delved into it, you know. But then there's like the real part of it, you know, not just like the representations, you know, the little, you know, not the icing, not the ingredients of where it comes from. And so I wasn't really going. I started drinking after being sober 14 years, and I didn't want to do that. So I was trying to put myself in places like, you know, I didn't want to go to AA meetings again. So I went to Alano Club, and there's this other woman there, and she was kind of like me. It was like she went there for the fellowship. She'd stop in, have a cup of coffee, say hey to some people, tell some stories, and be on her way. And I crossed her path there, and she happened to invite me out to her house. And we were walking around the compound, and she had cows and stuff. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was like a field trip. It was cool. That was back when I had a little bit more liberty. I could leave mom a little bit longer. And so,
And she told me because she had a teepee there on her property, and they were having a sweat soon for a woman that had cancer. And she told me, I was like, I just found out. I'm like, I'm okay. They're like, she's like, well, you in the dance, in the dance, because like now around Taos they're doing all. See, that's what sucks is not be able to be a part of the traditional side of this. So I just make up my own. Fuck it. But they dance for 3 days before the summer solstice. There's groups that dance for 3 days straight. And the heyoka is to get people to knock them off of to get them to stop. So like in that episode of the Golden Girls where they're in the dance contest, and they all try to impede each other's progress, they're all being heyoka, is to try and get people to knock them off their path and to see, their path a different way. So, when the student is ready, the teacher is just right there. It's just such a marvelous, beautiful thing, man. Just people, their conditioning is falling away. People's programming is falling away. The world's different, man. I grew up in the 70s, 80s. I mean, I used to just ride my bike and, just run around everywhere barefoot in the dirt and catch pollywogs and, Yeah, the people got, kids got and stolen and all that stuff like that still, but it's just like, I don't know, the world was a different place. So it's going to be kind of beautiful to see the communities coming together. Taos is kind of in limbo. It's there's so much it's politics or just it's just a word to say, as far as I'm concerned, one group of people that designates how they want the city to be based on, I don't know, their frame of reference, all the data that they've collected in their lives, They just have the pawns and the places right in it. They don't got to make sense. They just got to, be how like they want them. And then, because there's a lot of things about this city that doesn't make sense. Like they don't have street lights. They still don't have a guy of interest that freaking shot that dude point blank in the face at the grocery store a month ago. They still don't have a suspect. Happened on a Friday night, 10:45, and then there was so much snow and ice on the ground the next morning, like shoppers were traumatized because nobody from like the health department or the city, because it was a Saturday, so they're like, fuck it, dude should have got shot in the face on a fucking Thursday. It went, and then I go to work, but it's Saturday, so I'm gonna get up, eat my donuts, drink my coffee, and so they didn't show up to clean up that freaking bloody mess until like 1:30 in the afternoon. So all these people were traumatized, pushing their carts like through the ice and tracking blood everywhere throughout the whole parking lot, like nobody had the gumption to just like go out and fucking clean it up. I would have I'd say, hey, get some mops, we need some warm water because we got to get the fucking ice up, because gotta get some water. We gotta turn on or you don't even need it warm, just tap water because everything was frozen, And it's so ridiculous. I remember like I've known people that when I graduated, this one woman got her master's degree for disaster management. A master's degree in disaster management. And I'm just like, you know what? A lot of these people, when the disasters happen, they're not equipped to handle like the actual situation. Because they read a book 20 years ago doesn't give them, see, that's the thing. My whole life has been a disaster. I got a lot of good ideas on how to fix a lot of things. That's the thing, is like, we're going to see who really wants to fix things or who wants to keep break. They're trying to do that smart meter crap here, and it's like, dude, we live in fucking Taos, dude. Taos, New Mexico. This place is like living in the 90s. You know, it already makes me angry because they have their electric car stations everywhere, and it's just so annoying, and the tourists. But the thing of it is I want to encourage my friends to come in, which would be tourists. So see what a hypocrite. Being a contrarian, man, it's just synonymous. I'm a hypocrite. I find new data, and then I change my mind. You know, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, I get it. So I can't speak that way. Well, gotta modify my behavior, modify my thinking. Yeah. Ain't nobody more critical to me than a Virgo. Huh, Luna? She says, you done? Yes, I'm done. I'm wrapping it up. Does this feeling moved? All of your kisses moved me. You winking at me? My friend, I hope she had a good birthday. She hung out with the fun guy last night. Right? She just turned 75. Hanging out with the fun guy, eating some shrooms. I sent her a link to Beyond the Mind's Eye. She was like, I could only watch like 10 minutes of it. I said, that's all I could stand too. But that's what I did. You know, that's how I did it. You know, we used to have fry parties and stuff. My buddy saw, like, put dry ice in pots of water and stuff with acid rock, and we'd just be like, whoa, man, did you see that? No, man, you did it. We'd eat the freaking dry ice. I'm not telling anybody to go out and eat dry ice. I'm just saying you can eat dry ice. It's like eating Pop Rocks. Just don't let it rest on your tongue, for the love of God. Don't let it rest anywhere. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Oh, for shit's sake. All right. Anyway, I've run my mouth long enough. I appreciate people hanging out, and